And you're going to say, I really followed you around in that story. I could really feel how frustrating that was to you. I hear you. I feel how frustrating I felt that. And I'm also feeling a little frustrated myself. He'll say, yeah, what? And you'll say, I, I, I want to feel interesting myself. Or I want to talk, or I want to connect. I want to feel connected. Is there anything you'd like to know about me? Now, notice, is there anything you'd like to know about me? I'm laughing. I have a sense of humor. I am communicating that I am feeling frustrated, but what my feelings register as is a certain amount of okayness, right? I'm not making him wrong. I'm not, the emotional quality of what I'm saying is not, you idiot, because I stopped myself in time. I did not go overboard and put a pasted smile on and listen to him. As soon as I stopped enjoying following him around, I said, and I leaned back the whole time. I said, is there anything you'd like to know about me? What? Yeah, I'm just feeling kind of out here. Now, 9 times out of 10, he might take that as he did something wrong, and that could be the end of it. But that would be a guy you wouldn't want anyway. But most of the time, he's going to go, oh, she challenged me. Okay. But she was laid back about it, and I didn't feel her being angry and frustrated or thinking that I'm less than. What you do not want to do is in your mind and keep it to yourself, or in your heart, keep it to yourself, go to the point where you're starting to feel really irritated. You want to stop before then and say, I loved hearing your story, and I really feel the urge to tell mine. Are you up for that? I've come up with a few words here. We could, script more. This is called scripting. And the way you are and your personality would make the words yours and different than the ones I came up with for me. So I hope that made sense at that part when he's talking a lot. What's happening is if we let it go on, we are developing a sense of feelings inside here that, yes, he can feel. Be totally honest with yourself. Stay in tune with where you are. I'm feeling irritated. Well, I'll follow along for a little while longer. And when I'm not there anymore and I'm feeling irritated, I'm going to stop and I'm going to go, whoa. And he'll go, what? Whoa. I said, I love that story. And all of a sudden I feel like sharing mine. And he'll go, yeah, what? He'll be very grateful that you stepped in rather than just going, yeah, I'm listening. Probably leaning forward and leaning more forward every moment that you're making it, trying to make it real, trying to make it like you're really interested when actually you're fuming inside and feeling what you wrote to me. And this, which is, he's talking about himself, never a word in edgewise. There is such a thing as a narcissistic conversationalist. It's a real thing. And they get it from their mothers most often. Sometimes their fathers just talk away and he literally cannot hear you. This is a good time to learn that. So you're going to say, I'd love to share my story at work. Are you up for that? He'll go, yeah. And then you share it, but not like, yeah, I went here and I went there and I went there and this happened and the sandwich came and this all happened the way he did it. You do it. This morning, the rain felt awesome. It was 10 degrees cooler and I just felt like I could breathe. Or, yeah, the second I stepped into my office, I felt home. I felt like there were all these things I wanted to do. I felt so excited. Or second I stepped into my office, I felt like I wanted to go home. I didn't want to be there. It's really weird that I'm feeling that right now. What do you think? Now you see it, see if you can feel a conversation. Again, not think a conversation like, what's he going to say? But open it up. because you are sharing your real open-hearted self. This is where in a lot of first dates, guys will say, were you in a relationship before? And all of a sudden, all the mystery goes because everybody's sharing everything, your best friends, you never hear from them again. Anybody kind of been through these different experiences? And maybe a first date that you thought went really well, and then you never heard from him again? Because that is what I hear so much of. No. All right. That is, oh, a lot of guys follow up with a nice message and say they'd love to see me again. All right. Well, that's good. He texts you and he says, I had a nice day. I'd love to see you again. So would you like the script on the next part of this text, which is, ooh, dot, dot, dot. Dancing girl emoji. That's it. See what happens with the next guy if you do that. I pretty much guarantee he's going to write another line. What was that? Oh, dancing girl. Or, yeah, so I guess maybe you'd like to go out again? Absolutely. I found you charming. Absolutely. I can't resist a smile like yours. Absolutely. I had a good time. He wants to show you a good time. Those are good words. Shorter the better. If he says, how was your day? No more than a line, no more than a sentence. How was your day? That's sometimes how they start it. That is part of what we do in the coaching opening part too, when we start learning to converse with a man on this level. He says, how was your day? Don't tell him all the things that happened in your day. Say, everybody write down something that can do in a feeling message, which is, I love my breakfast. The oatmeal just went down and I still feel good from it. Or my dog smiled at me and it just made my whole day. Or my cat let me pet her, petted me on my lap the whole time I was eating. Or I was rushing so much, I felt like I skipped part of my life. And then when I got into my car, I felt calm again. I bet you none of you have ever tried to text back this way. Am I right? It just feels irrelevant, doesn't it? It feels like he'd never be interested. It feels stupid. Just try it. I promise you, you're going to get results unlike anything you have gotten before. And other things that could go wrong in a date. Interviewing on your part. If he interviews you, just participate, using all the skills you have to stay with yourself and in your feelings in the moment. Not getting ahead, not getting behind, staying where you are, sharing what you want to, not opening up the door and killing everything, him paying for everything on dates. It feels like I can't have everything you want because you don't want to order. Yeah, he needs to pay for everything on dates. I don't care who this guy is. I don't care who you are. I don't care how much money you make and how little he makes. I used to make a lot of money and date a guy who could only afford a burrito. We ate burritos. He cooked. Why? Because you're not supposed to do anything. Feminine energy gets completely snowed over as soon as you start to do things and accomplish things. And we need to talk about this, how you do this at work, because everybody thinks you have to be all about your accomplishments at work in order to be accomplished. That's totally bullshit. You need to be in your feminine energy 100% of the time to be at your top level of working and brilliance. That's how you access it. When you wear pantsuits and suit up, you literally shut down your gift of ideas coming to you. It's the left part of your brain or the right part, whichever one it is. It's the artsy part of you. That's the feminine energy, the creative part of you, naturally feminine, that we all just kind of want to put aside because it just feels too scary and too chancy, and we don't know what to do with it. Well, here we're absolutely sculpting it and scripting it. Did I answer that question, or was there more? You're on a date. He wants to pay. He has to want to pay. Just wait. Go to the bathroom if you can't stand it. Look in your purse if you can't stand it. Just ignore anything in your brain that tells you need to do something. Anytime a guy asks you to come to his house, just say no. I don't feel up for it right now. It's kind of scary out there in the dark, or no, I don't feel ready for that. You're not a delivery girl. You don't deliver yourself. I can only tell you that when you do that stuff, I don't care if it sounds old-fashioned. It has nothing to do with being old-fashioned. Kids are doing things much differently now, and they're doing it in a fluid way, but it still spells out feminine energy for the girls. As soon as you start maneuvering a relationship, you lose, because we are still built with the same computer brains as we have always had.